you got the general market coming off the lows, and I want to get into it because I think this is a opportunity for those that really like a good market. We got a good market in my estimation. That's what I think. So we're going to take advantage of it. Be sure to join our T-Buzz TV and learn about what and how we approach the market. I believe when people do take the time to dig in and use the tools that we created, it gives you quite a odds-based play, meaning that you're going to win a lot more than you lose if you listen. So thank you for coming, and I think we're ready to get into it. So first of all, risk involved in trade. I always talk about risk. Past performance is not indicative of future results. For those that don't know, we got a lot of new people. I want to say thank you and welcome. And I think you're going to find out with us, we keep moving throughout the week. Our whole goal is to figure out whether the market's going to go up, go down, or stay out. And that's our play. I'm a former Air Force officer, active trader since the 70s, former member of the Chicago Mercantile Exchange. I know a lot about futures. I think people that I'm able to educate really become better traders. We had a class a few weeks back, and one of our students here really took to it like a duck to water. He's been knocking some major gains out of the way, and other people have really had their eyes open up. I worked with students since 1996, have 3 books, Winning the Day Trading Game, The Markets Never Sleep, and Trade to Win. At DTI, we help you master the markets through education, training, and experience. 5 stars on all of those. We work at it, and we spend a lot of time with you throughout the week. And I think you're going to find out that education is that first part of why I think we do well with our students, because they learn, not just taking trades, but learning how to make those trades. Now, we have a gold program here at DTI. This is a short way. I have a lot of different strategies, a lot of different programs. I found those that join the gold program get the tools right up front to make sound trades, learn, take the time, and apply it, do a lot better. Plus, here's the big plus. If you join the gold program, you will be able to participate in any and all the trades we produce each week. A little background here. I've produced probably 190 trades in the last few months, pushing 88 to 90% accuracy with those trades. You do the math on that, and you'll say, well, am I in, or am I going to sit here on the sidelines to be part of it? Our schedule for the week, we've got train and trade tomorrow at 11. We also at 1:30, that needs to be in here, we have a special Futures First at 1:30 tomorrow, and we come back at 7 p.m. I'm putting a lot of emphasis on Monday on futures because we will identify where the money is flowing, okay? We'll identify where the money's flowing. So everybody in Futures First, be sure to put the 1:30 Monday, 1:30 p.m. Monday. My plan is to do RB4 type education for you, okay? RB4 type education for you. Yeah, absolutely. We're recording it right now, Dalee. We're definitely recording. You can watch it later. Watch it on YouTube. It'll be on YouTube, this week's planning session. Tuesday, we got a 9:45 beta session for SPX. 10:45 connecting the dots. 11 a.m. train and trade. Wednesday, we come back around for a train and trade. 8 p.m. midweek market update. And Thursday, we've got a 9:45 SPX beta. On Tuesday, we need to move that. I'd like to do that 3:30 to 4 on Tuesday, Adam. Move to 9:45 to 3:30 to 4. We'll finish up our Tuesday with a big, big win. Perfect. Wednesday, we'll be doing train and trade at 11, 8 p.m. Wednesday. Thursday, 9:45, have the SPX. I'm going to do a 1:30 special broadcast on Thursday. Put that on your calendar. 1:30 special broadcast on Thursday. RB4, in conjunction with Genesis, has been a powerful way to trade the market. And I'm going to try to spend a little time this week showing you what I mean. Friday, 11 p.m. And we have our retirement center update. Boy, we're doing good in that retirement center account. 3 p.m. weekly wrap. In my opinion, market hit a high last week of 6,800. If we get above 6,800, our next stop will be 6,845. That's my opinion. The opening of the month is 67.25. That is as good a support as I can come up with. Write those two numbers down, or actually three. 67.25, 6,800, which is the high of October, and 68.45, the resistance. Did y'all have those three? Did y'all have those numbers? That sort of defines the way we start out tonight. And if you're in TNT tonight, about 9, I will post the projected range overnight for you in there with the moneymaker. How many people like that in TNT that I'm putting that in there now? Pretty good stuff, isn't it? Yep. Helps me too. So I do it too. And we knock it out. Knock it out. I've got a projected high, write this down for gold, 39.85. Be sure to put that in here, 39.85 for gold this week. It's currently 39.30. A projected high, 39.85. Of course, you have the resistance at 39.45, and get through that, then you're looking at 39.85. We're standing at 14% up here in October for the E-mini. 75% of all stocks should be 14% up or higher if they're outperforming the E-mini. The NASDAQ's up 18%. Dow's up almost 10 now. DAX is up 22. Gold is up almost 49% for the year. Who had you long gold this year? Raise your hand. Raise your hand if I had you long gold. We got one little stock I was looking at. It's called KGC. We made some real serious money there. KGC. Bought at 9 and it's currently 25. Pretty good play in gold. Crude, I got it negative for the year. Crude 61.74 tonight, down about 14%. Bonds. Look for bonds to push higher this week. I'm looking for interest rates to fall this week. My 10 tickers, TLT's 9011 is the buy there. I forgot to give it to Adam. Greater 9011. AGQ above 81. Coin above 358.55. My head says, Fred, you still got the dividend payer coin?
Did you say 90-11 for TLT?
Yeah, 90-11 for TLT. Fred gets the Trader of the Week award, staying with that stock. He's smiling, I know that. A lot of money. Diamond, 470. Yeah, he said about 14,000 a month. Well, he's cruising the Mediterranean. I'll be with Fred later on, first of next month for a one-on-one. Diamond at 470.55, gold at 358.55. I got Hood on here, 150.55. Joby's back in play, 1875. Apple above 260. NVIDIA above 191, and TQQ, a stock I really like trading, as y'all know. TQQ, that should be a greater sign. I must have wrote it wrong, Adam, on TQQ. It's greater than 107.55. Those it to an outright buy, 107.55, greater. Sorry about that. We got it corrected, and that looks good. How valuable is these 10 tickers? Anybody want to share with other people that are new just how valuable this list is? These numbers will make you money if you set alerts on your machine and wait for the breakout to happen. That's AGQ, AGQ. Brian says you get multiple winners every week with this sucker. It's better than a lotto ticket, isn't it? Yep. Make sure you put the alerts in here. This is when you'll hear me if one of these alerts go off, making a trade sometimes during the week. Big I says they put money in your pocket. Probabilities good tomorrow, a little weak on Tuesday, Wednesday. Look at Thursday. Woo, October 9th. That's Roger Maris Day, October 9th. Friday, weekends after that big rally. I like it. Key earnings and news for the week. We got economic reports. Monday, got a light day on the calendar. Got Constellation Brands, Levi Strauss. A lot of delays on the economic reports. Tuesday, you got no major economic reports, earnings report on McCormick. Wednesday, you got the minutes released from the September meeting. It comes out about 2 o'clock. Pay attention on that. Consumer credit comes out. That could be delayed. And earnings, AZZ after the close. Thursday, wholesale sales and inventory, again, probably be delayed. Most of these reports, Delta comes out. Keep your eye on Delta because, does it make sense that airlines will make more money if oil prices drop? Think about that one. Does it make sense that airlines might make more money if fuel costs drop? Pretty interesting. Friday, mid-morning employment situation report, non-farm payrolls, but expected everything's delayed when it comes to the government. By the way, for the government shutdown, they're now estimating it's going to last 21 days. 21 days. Okay, got a big announcement to make tomorrow during that RB4 Futures Plus meeting. Futures Plus. Everybody knows when I say Futures Plus, I look at all markets, but that's what it means. Futures Plus. Let's talk futures education. We gear up at the first of the week in futures. Sunday night, the futures markets are open. You got to pay attention when futures are open. They're up tonight. There's a bid. I connect futures to stocks and options. Only way I'd be at this kind of high accuracy rate. That's why I teach it. I've been trading futures for many years, member of the CME. In fact, I was part of the team when Germany brought the DAX to America. I was part of the team that went around the United States and was a key marketer and trader for them, for the CME and the CBOE also, back in the day. Now, this is a big one. I was one of only 50 people outside of Chicago that got a Globex terminal, had a permit on it. It was the forerunner to electronic trading. So when I talk about the 24-hour market, I don't talk from a book. I talk from living it and breathing it back in the day. The times that I have in Europe, the times I have in Asia, and people in futures see this all the time, are times that will make you money if you learn these times. That is a value proposition. Can't get anywhere else, I don't believe, in the world. Now, I started this training about 2 years ago. I came out of retirement to do it. I basically said, I'll just trade myself. And then I expanded it after a few classes to include online education at 7 o'clock on Monday night. Almost the perfect time to set up the week, isn't it? Who's in my Futures First? Who's in my Futures First training? Isn't it great on Monday night at 7 to have all the stuff before anybody else has it, by tying these markets, futures markets, to what's happening in the general market? I think it's the perfect time, Monday night at 7. And we record it if you can't be there. Great training. Bill Thinks said, if you want to learn futures, I'm your guy. Who thinks Bill's right saying that? The originator of the DTI salute over there. Who thinks Bill's right? I'm the guy to teach you futures. I keep it simple, I keep it straightforward, and I lead you to what will make you money in futures and show you all the mistakes I made in the past to avoid. And I made a bunch of them. Now, here's some of the classes we held so far. These are all on videotape. That's what I love about this. I can give these to you now. Foundation of Understanding Futures, a whole setup of things there. Okay? Pretty interesting stuff with the foundation. Talk about the E-mini. Talk about gold. What a market to know how to trade futures with. Silver. Options. I love these options on futures. I put on a couple tonight on bonds and on silver tonight. Seven Sisters. You've heard me talk about this. This is where I take the E-mini, connect it to the SPY. I take the NASDAQ, connect it to the QQQ. I take the Dow futures and connect it to the diamond. I take crude oil, connect it to USO. I take gold and connect it to GLD. I take silver and connect it to SLV, PAAS, AGQ. A lot of variations for connecting silver. All that's in the training. All that is here when you're part of Futures First. We use Tasty Trade to train futures on because I believe their platform is probably the simplest platform I've seen for people to use to learn futures. From what I can tell, with my experience, I like teaching from that. It teaches you about the money, which is the most important thing about understanding about futures. We have tools. We use MTI. We have that to trade MES. One of the beautiful things about tomorrow at 1:30, if you're part of it, you're going to be able to take everything that I teach with the general market, which is the S&P, and apply it to, at that time of day, apply it to early in the week, the SPY. That's why I'm doing tomorrow at 1:30. Haven't done that before. I thought it'd be fun to do, and to do it tomorrow on Monday. I call it Futures Plus Education because in my opinion, understanding futures is your gateway to the rest of the stock market. Here's the lineup here: E-mini, SPY, NASDAQ, QQQ, Dow, Diamond, Crude, USO, Gold, GLD, Silver, SLV, and bonds, which is interest rates. Remember I said I thought they would drop this week, interest rates, TLT. Now, if ES goes up, the SPY will go up. So let's talk about it. If I can tell you the pivot number for the S&P is 67.75, and you're above 67.75, and you've got an uptrend going on the futures, you can go over to the SPY and buy a call option and make money. It will follow that S&P path. Pretty simple connection, but it's a very valuable one if you're trying to make money. And I know everybody here is trying to figure out how to make money. This is an edge using futures. Futures First class is ongoing, continually expanding our library of futures education every Monday night. Really, take advantage of where the setups are and teach you something new every Monday night. We're calling it Futures Plus because education now. Why am I doing that? Because when we have our classes, when we see opportunities now, we take the futures market and apply those opportunities around the globe, which makes them extremely valuable to you, the trader. Futures Plus education now includes 1 year training in Futures Plus and a 1 year license to the roadmap. A 1 year license. If you buy and study under me for a year, you also get online trading and training with the roadmap. Futures Plus education. Our Monday night training starts at 7. We'll post insights throughout the week in our private trade room when we see things happening. Like Friday, for example, it was clear the market was breaking the Genesis number, going lower. That was a prime time to get an insight about connecting Genesis with RB4. I told people in futures last week, silver was headed to 50, do a delta play. I had one man, many more, but one man made $5,200 off that post. How did he do it? Well, if you look at what he did, he applied the training from the videos. He applied this insight here to know the timing was right, and he made $5,200. Now, you say that's not all that big a deal, but hey, he just started training under me in futures. He knew how to put the order in. We covered that. He knew how to take advantage of it. These insights that I'm posting are very valuable, okay? SP said, I joined Futures First for a year and just extended for another year as the training is robust and ongoing. He says he's always learning and I'm always teaching. Now, this is the biggie, folks. Y'all ready? You know I've been big on the Delta 50 strategy, okay? How many people ever played cards? You got 5 cards, right? My plan for the next 5 weeks in Futures First is to show you strategies with Delta 50 that apply and the time to use a Delta 50 strategy, the setups, a Delta 40, a Delta 30, a Delta 20, and Delta 10. All of them have unique strike prices and unique expirations. And here's going to be the beauty. Let's say a week's going on. Let's say I see an E-mini out there and I say, hey, this baby qualifies for a Delta 20. When I post Delta 20 in the Futures First Education Room, you will be able to go there and say, this is the setup that means. How you like this for a way to help you? You see what I'm going to do here? You're going to read about and hear about more people like David and other people that are taking advantage of what this is going to be. So say it's Tuesday morning and everybody's talking about the bond market, interest rates falling. Maybe I will post a Delta 20 strategy that you go, well, here, let me look at my setup. We'll have a cheat sheet for you to use. We'll put it together. But the next 5 weeks, I'm going to spend on Monday night going through this training and education to have everybody set up to really benefit. Not only to education, but really benefit when they see these type setups. That's what I bring into the Futures Online Education. It starts tomorrow night. Don't miss out. Don't miss out. Now, we only got 4 spots left that include all this. $17.49 is the current price. If you take one of those 4 spots, you'll come in at that price. If you also qualify for being there tomorrow for RB4. So there you go. So this is tonight. This is the night only. We got 4 left. Any questions about this? Folks, here it is. We're doing the work to help you understand futures and apply futures, not only in the futures market, but in the stock market. Nobody's 88% accurate looking at charts and all that stuff that Wall Street says. You have to integrate what futures do to get you on the right side of the market. You see it and you'll believe it. Any questions? Any questions about this?
Hey, T-Buzz, I just wanted to be clear. Tonight is the last night that we have the offer that includes the roadmap. So,
oh, okay. I knew you were going to take it off, but I didn't know the night was last night.
It's done.
Yeah, Jonathan did it by mistake, and I said, well, we'll do it for 10. So now we're down to 4. So get the roadmap for a year. This is your chance. Do it. If you're in Futures First, and you grab this package, we'll add it on plus the roadmap to your current subscription. I always like to tell people that if they're already members, okay? But we're about to take this to the next level. You're ready. I've been training. I came up with a way to do what I want to do. It's called the Delta strategy. Any questions about that? Let me explain it again. Let's say it's a Delta 30. You will have a setup for Delta 30. Let's say that we see gold is a Delta 30 strategy. You'll know the expiration date. You'll know how to play options with it. You'll know the whole package for a Delta 30. Makes it simple, and you'll know what to do to take advantage of the most efficient way at that time, day or night. This came to me, I got to tell you, this strategy or this approach came to me one morning. I was trading, boy, it'd be nice to, everybody, I was doing this trade. And I said, it'd be nice to be able to do this, have to do it. So I'm going to call it and name it. The Delta strategies, first and foremost now inside futures training. Pretty cool. Oil falling, maybe I give you a Delta 40 strategy on oil. That way you got expiration date, strike price, put it on. Does everybody understand how beneficial this is going to be to you throughout the week? What do you think, Jennifer? You're going to like it, aren't you? Yep, I knew you would. All right, we'll get into the details of it. Remember, 1:30 tomorrow. We'll get together, and then 7 o'clock, a double banger tomorrow on futures. So as I always say, see you on the flip side. I'm asked, am I surprised the market's shrugging off the shutdown? I'm never surprised. I follow the numbers, William. Whatever the numbers tell me to do, that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to post right inside the room